EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing his Lance on third down.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Lance.
Out left, he's got it to Everett.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And some room to roam now.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And finally stopped, but what a return all the way down to the 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Ready.
They go play action with Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Niners are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Ready, set.
Here's Walton. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run again with Walton. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Here we go.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
To about the 23.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, out comes Bradley Pinion to punt this one away. This is taken at the 18. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor?
He's got him in. And complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And Lance now to throw.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working.
And he's got it down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They go back to Walton.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Now Walton. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a carry for Walton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing is Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Lance. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On the move past the 40. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Lance. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now Lance going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Seahawksans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season. So here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. Lance looking to throw it. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. They'll run with Walton, and he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
Fielded at about the 28. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over first down at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On third down, it's Walton, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
42 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now a play fake. Lance. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
49ers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, 49ers. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Up the middle they go. Walton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd and 4. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he is going to be smothered in the backfield again as he ran into a wall there. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Ready, go.
On play action, Lance. Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here's Lance.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
Up and good for Santoso.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big big spot, and he delivers.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
90 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On third down, it's Walton, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jalen Reagor from 4 yards out. And the 49ers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
He finds his man complete. That's Walton. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now Wilson on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on first down. Walton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Niners 31, Seahawks 20.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Pass midfield, look out. The 30, 10, 5, and he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, 49ers. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time. That extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Red, yellow.
Lance looking to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Rhodes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 19 yards away. And the 49ers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Walton. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the false start will back them up 5. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. They'll keep it on the ground. Walton. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers. Lance now on 1st down. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Finding Williams once more, complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching